Hey, everybody. Welcome to Cardboard Commander. My name is Jerry. And today we are going to do turn two of our Return to the Rock Corregidor 1945. Started this yesterday, so I thought I would pick it up and play turn two today. So we are at the start of turn two. So the first thing that we have to do is with the sequence of plays, a reinforcement phase. And I'm going to bring this up here so you guys can see this. So reinforcement phase, a Japanese player makes a die roll and halves the results. Up to the number of Japanese S units previously eliminated may return to play. Pillbox units returned to play are placed on the map. Immediately, they may be placed in areas with 1 or 2 TEM in addition to areas 3 and 4. They may be placed in any area on the map that is Japanese controlled, even if that area is contested. If the area already contains a Japanese pillbox, a second pillbox may not be placed in that area. And the Japanese player returning machine gun units into hidden box. So, hey, Paul, how are you, buddy? And then the Americans do the same thing. Player makes a die roll, halves the results, fractions rounded up, and you can go from there. So, one of the things that you check on is the die roll is 2 dice for that. So because it's a capital DR. So we're going to do that first. So the Japanese are going to roll first. The Japanese actually have 2 S units. So they're going to roll 7. So basically divided by 2, they're going to get 3.5. So they're easily going to get the 2 back. So the 2 machine guns, they go into the hidden units box. So we put these over here. We do. Okay, why won't it let me? There we go. A little bit of a lag there. So we put that there and that there. And then we do the same thing for the Americans. And I'm hoping I roll big because I have 3 units to put on. And the American units, they go into the seaboard invasion box or the airborne invasion box. So we're going to go ahead and roll. We roll a 6, so we only get 3 unit halves. So we get 3 units, so that's good. So I'm going to put. We're going to put everything into the seaborne. No, we're going to put the tank in the seaborne, and we're going to put the others in the airborne category here. All right. So we've got, and now it's a day phase. So you can see down here it says day 2. So we're ready to start the day. So now we go and I want to make sure, I think the day phase, the momentum, I think the Japanese, nope, the American begins each day phase. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to land our armor unit onto the beach here. So we have to do the seaborne invasion. There is 1 machine gun right here. So we have to minus, or there's actually, yeah, just 1 right there. So we have to -1. So we roll the dice. It's a 3. Unit moves in fresh, so they stay there. So that's good. Now we advance the turn marker and we see if we keep momentum. We do. Now we're going to try to land. We're going to try to airborne assault into topside here. So the first unit we're going to roll. There's a machine gun. There are no machine guns there. So we roll. It's a 1. Thank God there weren't any machine guns. Now, the bad thing is, folks, unit moves to area 22 and is flipped, spent. Notice the asterisk. S unit is eliminated. So we just got them back, and they become eliminated again. So seems to me that armor unit does not want to participate. Now we're going to try the machine gun. So we'll try to put them on there. We roll again. 6, and they are fine. Oh, so first I have to roll. Let's go back. Put this back. We have to roll to make sure we have momentum. We do. Now we're going to do that and get them on there. So now we go to 4, see if we still have momentum. We do. So now we are going to do, what are we going to do? So we're going to move engineering unit. So we're going to activate this group here. We're going to bring the engineers into there, and we're going to bring an infantry into here, and the rest of these are going up into here. So I'm going to stack those since we are running out of room, and we'll stack the 3, 2, 4, and we will put that over here. So now we're going to go ahead and combat here. So the first thing, so we're going, they'll start, the Japanese will defend with 4. They add 1 for here for 5, and then they add the TEM, which is 2. So the Japanese are at 7. The Americans will attack with 1 of the infantry. So they start off with 4. There's 2 more infantry. So 5, 6. They get 7, 8, 9, 10 there. So 7 to 10. The Japanese roll a 9, so they get 16. And the Americans roll a 5. Golly, the Americans just cannot catch a break. So they get 15. So that's 1 point. So we need to flip somebody. So that first unit gets flipped. Yeah, that's a bummer. And then everybody else gets flipped in here because they are done. I want to make sure we're flipping everybody here. Okay, so everybody's flipped in there and they're done. So now we move this impulse up 1 more. We roll for momentum and we lose it. So lost momentum, goes back to the Japanese side. So the first thing the Japanese are going to do let's see. So I'm wondering if in combat, do both sides get the defense factor of any one unit in the defender's choice? Yeah, so the defender gets the TEM. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if we want to attack here if you're the Japanese, because you can look, we can bring 4, 5, 6, but then we're going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, they're not going to want to do that. So let's see. The Japanese, what they will do is they will bring in a machine gun and they will put that into the hospital and they will go advance, see if we can get more momentum, and they don't. So that was a little early there. So now the Americans, the first thing they're going to do now, these guys are all spent. I was hoping to make a big push into there. And that'd be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to naval bombard the pillbox. So it's going to be 8 versus 9. So we're going to try to hope for a good. So the Americans, 8 plus 7 is 15. The Japanese pillbox is 9 plus 6 is a 15. So it's a stalemate. So nothing happens, and I just wasted the naval bombardment. So that's used. Next, we'll see if we keep momentum. We do. Well, well, well. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We now have these guys are reinforcements, so they can come in. So we will try to land them. Well, first, yeah. So we'll try to land the 454 into here. We're going to roll one. We subtract one for the machine gun. We got a 6. He's fine. The next impulse, we're going to see if we keep momentum. We don't keep momentum. So that goes down. Let's see who we got in here. Okay. Well, yeah, I can do that, Paul. So we can just go right there. You don't need to see my ugly mug. Um, hey, John, how you doing? Good evening from Sweden. So how are you, sir? All right. So now we're going to go on to the Japanese impulse. So they're going to bring on another machine gun, and they're going to bring that machine gun onto. Where are we going to go with that? They'll add the machine gun into here. And then we will go to the next impulse. They will see if they keep momentum. They do. Let's see. I think they're pretty much in these spots that they need to be in. So the Japanese are going to pass. So the Americans, we're going to bring on infantry, try to bring on this infantry unit. Again, -1. It's a 2. The unit is spent. We're going to keep momentum or try to. We do. They're going to bring on the other infantry or try to. Again, -1. It's a 2. They are spent. We go to the next impulse. We keep momentum. They're going to bring on the engineer or try to. A 1. That unit's spent, and they're not an S. Oh, yes, they are. The engineering unit dies. Boy, the Americans are just struggling. Yeah, whatever, Paul. Yeah. Now we're going to bring on the machine gun or try to. You can bring 8 units on in a section. So we have 6. So we're going to bring the machine gun, try to. First, we're going to roll see if we have momentum. We don't. So we're going to bring that machine gun back. And that is lost momentum. So now the Japanese, I think they may just pass again because they're sitting pretty, actually. They need the Americans to come to them and move them out. So the Americans are back on the clock. Let's see. This time we're going to try this. We're going to move 4, it'd be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oof. 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to bombard the pillbox up here. Oh, no, we're not. That's boy, that defense up there is tough. We're going to go ahead and try to bombard the infantry here. No, that's still pretty tough. All right, the plane decides not to bomb anything there. I think what they're going to do. And we're going to think about that one. We're going to wait and think about that. So the I just want to make sure we're using unlike it, there is no movement, only the American player. I'm looking at the rules for bombardment, make sure I'm doing that right. The attacker chooses one enemy unit target. Yes. So, and the defender gets the TEM. Oh, +1 for Japanese unit defending, +1 +1 if only one Japanese unit is defending in the target area. No, okay. Um, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Decisions, decisions. Well, let's see. I think everybody should be flipped here. All right, we're going to go ahead and try to bring on the machine gun here. He is an S unit, so remember -1. He's fine. That puts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in that. Then we're going to go ahead and roll for momentum. We keep momentum, and the artillery is going to try to come in. -1 again, and he is good. So now we have, we'll clean up a little bit here. Now we have 2 infantry together. We have an armor unit. We have a machine gun unit. So the only ones that are spent are these guys here. So they can't do anything. So now we go to the next impulse. We're going to check for momentum. We keep it. And I think we're going to, let's see, movement. It costs us. Where's it at? Movement. 1 to enter a vacant area. 2 if there's a machine gun in there. 3 to enter an area containing only spent units, and it costs 4 to enter an area containing at least 1 fresh unit. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to activate this area here, and the armor is going to move in there. The machine gun's going to move in there. And this infantry is going to move in there. And we're going to leave these 2 guys here. So next impulse, we see if we keep momentum. We do. This machine gun is going to move into there and become spent. Now we're going to go to another, see if we keep momentum. We do not. Again, the Japanese are going to pass. They're still waiting for us to come on. I don't think I should make an attack anywhere. I could attack down here though. And to counterattack, bring some of these guys in and push them off the thing here. I would lose a victory point too. Do we want to counter? What do you guys think? Yeah, we could probably do that in the night phase when we infiltrate, but here we would have everybody's spent here. But we'd still have a significant amount of folks in there. But if they brought everybody in, hey Wardrobe, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I did a network thing last night myself, and those things are always semi-fun. I actually have a good time doing them. Not too bad. Can't wait to have you on the show next week. It's going to be great. All right. Let's see. I am going to, you know what? Did we do it? Did we do it? Yes, we're going to do it. We're going to activate everybody here. The Japanese momentum seems to be going. We're going to move all of them into here. And so now they will attack. So nice little counter attack here. So I want to make sure we're going to the combat, make sure we're doing things right. Okay, so the lead attacking unit will be this 444 right here. So they will be the lead attacking. So I will put them there. Then we're going to add and defender designate lead defender. So we'll use one of these. So we'll move the machine gun and we'll move one of these over here. So, and then tabulate fire combat. So the attack factor, they've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus the terrain is 10. So we have 10. So the Japanese roll an 11. Wow. Telling you folks, they are on a roll. So they have a 19. The Americans 10 plus 14. Wow. So they lose 5 attrition points. That one's going to sting a little bit. So we lose 5. Man, that is going to sting a lot. So if we eliminate a spent unit, that's worth 2. So we'll go ahead and eliminate. Well, first, this guy needs to. So he's eliminated. So that's 2 points. And then we can take. I want to see how else. Wow. That's 2. 3 for because they can retreat there. 4 and 5. We will retreat not all those. So that's 5 points. We're going to leave these guys in here. Wow, that was a great counterattack by the Japanese. And they are sitting pretty. So now, next impulse, they roll for momentum. They keep it. They are. They're not going to do anything. They're going to reset and wait for the Americans, and the Americans are licking their wounds now. It is not good for the Americans. So we're going to activate these guys here. They're going to move into here, and they will be flipped. We will see if we keep momentum. We do. I think that's about, and I'm so scared. I'm scared. All right, so the Americans are going to have to counter with some bombardment here. So we're going to fly in here and take on one of the infantry. So the defense value is a 2. They're a 2, so we're there a 4. And we are a 5. So the Japanese roll in 14. The Americans are a 5. Oh, plus a 12, 17. Wow. So 3 points. So they eliminate that unit there, and they come back and they are used. We roll for the next momentum. No. The Japanese will again pass, so the Americans are back on the clock. They will do another bombardment, and they will attack another one of the infantry up here. Same thing. Japanese are 4, the Americans are 5. The Japanese roll a 4, so they're an 8. The Americans 5 plus 11 is 16. So more than enough to eliminate that unit, and they are used. So they did push them off. Oh, yeah, we lose the victory point. So we are at 0 victory points. But we also thinned down. Probably looking back on it, I don't know if the Japanese should have done that. They were sitting pretty. Who knows? We'll see how that goes. Next impulse, momentum. Yes. Okay. So man, if I move, no, we can't go in there. So they're going. The Americans are going to pass as well. So that ends the turn or ends the phase. So now we go to in the day phase. So now we go to night. So now the Japanese can try to do some damage now. So they are going to. So the first thing they're going to do is this infantry is going to try to infiltrate here. So we're get on the infiltrate box. There is not a machine gun. There is. Oh, -1 DRM if at least one fresh American. So there is one fresh American. So we're rolling. They get a 1. Infiltration fails and they have to attack. So they're going to attack with 4. That's what backfires when they don't go in stealth like. We've got a defense of 5, 6, 7. So Japanese 4 plus, so they get a 14. The Americans are 7 plus, wow, a 6. So they're, that's a 13. Unbelievable. Again, Americans taking it on the chin, so they will flip for 1, and that unit flips for 1. So they stay in there. The I could then we go to see if we keep momentum. They don't. The Americans, what are the Americans going to do? We could counterattack here. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So the Americans are a 4. The Japanese are a 4. So the Americans roll a 7, so they're an 11. The Japanese roll a 9. So they're a 13, so we lose 2. Oh boy. So they're going to flip for 1 and retreat for 2. I guess I should have just left them alone. Next impulse for the Americans. They're good. Oh, you know what? I'm just shell shocked now. Yep, I'm going to pass. The Japanese are going to activate this area and they're going to move 1, 2, 3 into there and they'll flip. Next, see if we keep momentum. We do. They do. This area is going to go 1 and 3 and they will flip. And they will go into here and they will flip. Next impulse, see if we keep momentum. They do. This area will activate and they will go there. So they've activated and they've activated. Even if you don't move, you're still activated. Yeah. Last time I played Storm over Arnhem is the same way. I love that game, and I love that game. We have a lot of same game interest, I think. You do play some of the crunchier Civil War stuff that I haven't gotten into yet. Um, I guess we can don't need to see this ad that popped up. All right. The Japanese are going to. Well, they're going to see if they can keep momentum here. They do. And right here, they're going to come in here and try to infiltrate. There are no fresh units in there, so it's a regular die roll. They roll a 2. Infiltration succeeds. Unit is flipped. So they're doubled. So they go to 4. So it's 4 against 4. Japanese roll an 8 for 12. And the Americans roll a 3. Unbelievable. Boy, they're just not catching a break here. So difference of 4. So our tank unit gets eliminated. And they stay there. Next impulse. They roll 3. It goes back. The Americans pass. The Japanese will try. Man, do they just keep going in there? They're doing some serious damage. Yep, they're going to go here and they're going to attack the infantry there. So again, trying to, there is, let's see, -1 for fresh. So the solid areas here, those are areas that armor and artillery cannot pass through there. So they have to, if there was a unit here, an armor unit here, they would have to go into here and then go into here. They couldn't go from here to here. The dash lines are just the regular areas. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, John, it is ugly for the Americans so far. So again, we've got, so there. Did we roll for that ambush? Let me go back. Impulse marker moves a 5, die roll 3. Yeah, so we have it rolled there. So they're going to try to roll to see there's no fresh units. So they roll. There are 4, so they remain fresh. So they double because they're bonsaiing. And that gives you a 6 to my 3, 4, 5. So the Japanese are a 6. Americans are a 5. The Japanese roll a 6, so they're a 12. That's the first time they've rolled under a 7 in I don't know how long. And the Americans are a 5 plus 8 is a 13. Woohoo! Actually, the solid lines, they call them. Well, here, let's remedy that first. So that is, so now they have to take, they're flipped because they have to take 1. So they stay there. Let me give you the exact term. It is, let's see here. Dashed black line is unrestricted area boundary. A solid black line is a restricted area boundary. And then it says restricted area boundaries are armor and artillery cannot pass across one of those lines. So you have to go around. So yeah, there must be something set up there that just keeps them from happening. So now the Japanese go, see if they keep momentum. They do. Now they're a little shy but they're going to go in here and attack this infantry this time. So they're going to roll. Boy, they're not having as good a luck on their infiltration either, thank God. But they're still a 4 because they're doubled for bonsai, and we are 4. So 4 to 4. The Japanese roll a 7, which is an 11. And the Americans roll a 6. Of course they do, which is a 10. So this machine gun gets eliminated and they hang out there. So next impulse, the Japanese will roll to see if they keep momentum. They do. The only other place they could go is down here. And I don't think they want to do that. So they're going to pass. And the Americans pass. So that is going to end this turn. So we're going to go here and end the turn. So everybody gets flipped. Oh, but before we end the turn, we have to do the reorg phase. So the Japanese reorg phase. So what you do here again is they cannot reorg, because when you reorg, you have to. So if I would bring this on, you would have to eliminate a Japanese unit, and they don't have enough dead. So they can't reorg. Now the Americans can. Oh, wait, maybe they do. Yep, okay, they do. So the Japanese will reorg. So they will bring on a 444 unit into the hidden box, and they will eliminate that infantry. So they are permanently removed. The Americans will bring back in the armor unit, and they will eliminate this machine gun unit. Oh, I don't think we can do that. Hold on. Go back there, an S unit. So we can't get S units go under a different thing. Oh, I hate to lose a big unit, but we're going to. And then they stay there. So that's it for the reorg phase. And now we go to the victory phase. I need to see, because we're actually no victory points as of now. The Americans are getting throttled. Let's see what it says here for victory conditions. Each player is capable of winning an automatic victory. The American player wins an automatic victory if at the end of the night phase, every area on the map is controlled. Yeah, that's not happening. The Japanese player wins an automatic victory at the end of the night phase. An American player has fewer victory points than the current game turn. So the current game turn was 2. We only have 1 victory point, I think. Yeah, we had a victory point for here, and we had a victory point for continuous thing on the end of turn 1. So that was 2 points. We lose 1 because of this area. And guess what, folks? We have lost the game. So at the end of every turn 2, I only had 1 victory point. So that comes to an end for the game. Man, that was just brutal for the rolls that the Americans had. I may have to try to play this again just to see what I could have done better. But man, that was ugly. So, all right, folks. Well, I'm glad you came in and hung out, even though it was ugly. We will talk to you all soon. Make sure you tune into Zone of Control podcast tonight, Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central or Eastern Standard Time. And we will talk to you all soon. So take care, everybody. Be safe. Be kind. Happy wargaming. Man, that was ugly.